Hello everyone, just got the new Garmin Cast GPS in, wanted to show it to you. I got real excited and opened the box. You're not going to see me open it. I am going to just kind of go over what was in it. We got the owner's manual and the other owner's manual. It came with a tether and it came with two of these little attachment points. I've already put mine on, and I'll show you how I attach mine to the fishing pole later, and how I plan to use it. Charging cord, came with a little tethering cable, which will probably never get used. Came with a nice little bag, and the unit was in bubble wrap originally. Just show this to you. One thing, first off, I got out of the bag and said, I want to turn this thing on. I don't have any water. These things, when connected to water, or when your charging connection right there touches water, it automatically turns on. So a little hack for you, you can actually lick it, it'll turn on. So if you want to do that instead of actually sticking it in water, that's an option. I've already hooked this thing up to my phone, so I will show you. I had to go break some ice, show you what ice fishing kind of will look like. Put a jig on a pole, we'll go jig that down, show you how that shows up even with the smallest jig. And then once the ice thaws and we can actually do some contour mapping and whatnot, I'll make another video of that. Right now I'll just show you vertical fishing with it, with a jig, and what that looks like. Alright, I got my hole broke in the ice here. This is how I decided to hook it up. I used another swivel to attach it. It just makes it easier to get on and off for me. So I went ahead and dropped the Garmin cast into that hole. You can kind of see here the depth and everything. I didn't see any fish at this location. Just wanted to show you what it would look like in this creek. And even though I broke the ice, putting it through there worked just fine. In the upper left-hand corner, you can see both depth and temperature, which is nice. And I like to turn on the A-scope, which is a feature you see over on the right side. It's basically the same as the flasher, but you get to see your depth. Alright, so here's the flasher mode that is in the Garmin cast. If you're ice fishing or vertical fishing, you can see to straight down, and that is where I have the unit, and you can see how well it's working just straight through the ice. So here I dropped a jig down into the ice, and you can see it right there, and it picks up very well for a small jig. And you can see it almost down about 1.5 feet right there. It's where you kind of lose it. Here I went to another spot. You can see a fish that just got picked up. This is where I trout fish, and I wanted to show you guys what it looks like when a fish shows up on here. So this is being played at a 400% speed, just so you can see a little quicker. There's another fish. I went ahead and turned on fish icons. Some of them they mark, I'm not sure if they're fish or not. But like that one, definitely is a fish. And we're not moving the fish finder at all. It's just sitting static in the ice at this location as well. I did change the frequency here. You see it actually cleans up quite a bit. I know it changes your cone shape a little bit as far as what you see. I'm not sure on the particulars, but just still playing around with it, seeing what works. Here in a bit, you'll see it mark another fish right there. And that's pretty cool. So you can see down, he's about 3 foot down in 3.5 foot of water. So if you want to drop a jig, you can see your jig on the A-scope right there, and put it down at the same distance as your fish. And that's where I had it for that. This is the area where I normally trout fish, and I want to contour this area, but with it being frozen, can't really do that. So I'm looking forward to coming back and doing that later on another video. And here I actually did some casting down at the spillway because the water was not frozen. And this is also played at like 400%. That way you can just kind of get an idea of when I'm reeling it back in, casting. So when you're pulled out of the water like this, you don't see anything. And then there it hit the water. You can see the depth as it changes. And I actually picked up a couple of fish. Didn't realize it until I started watching the playback. There's fish right there. One thing I wish this unit did have was the capability to rewind what you've got on your fish finder. However, it only plays a live view, and once it's off the screen, it's gone. So there's no playback function that I have found. That's something that I would like to see added to something like this. I think it's great. They have it on the other fish finders, but this one doesn't have it. So hopefully you guys liked this video, and have fun fishing.